So Westmeath 212, Mayo 21 points at Cusack Park. A win in the end for Mayo, of course, in this Alliance League Division 2 North football match, of course, that took place today at Cusack Park. A 3-point win in the end for Mayo, a very well-deserved victory in the end. Westmeath certainly, to be fair, deserve a lot of credit for how they performed in this game. I thought defensively they were fantastic. Keeping Cillian O'Connor and Tommy Conroy down to a point each in this game from play shows how well they were set up defensively. It was the indiscipline that cost them, though, giving away too many silly frees at times, especially in that second half. Very similar, in fact, to the Meath game last weekend, where they just, towards the end of the game, whether it's fatigue or tiredness or nerves or whatever it may be, the fact that, they're just giving away a couple of silly frees in positions where Cillian O'Connor is going to score because he's one of the best forwards in the country, especially when it comes to free kick taking. So, whilst Westmeath do deserve a lot of credit without doubt for how they performed, and in particular at times in the first half, the way they were able to play through Mayo's press, even in the second half as well, get men forward on the counter-attack, get Ray Cannell and Sam Duncan overlapping runs into the likes of Luke Loughlin, Ronan O'Toole and John Heslin, who certainly did cause a lot of problems for Mayo. And there was a number of times in this game where you felt that Westmeath could have had 3 or 4 goals, and it was actually quite reminiscent at times to when Tipperary played Mayo last year in the All-Ireland semi-final. Tipperary were kind of similar in the sense that when they were getting forward, they were lofting long balls into the likes of Conor Sweeney, for example, and it was creating a lot of problems. And actually Westmeath were doing similar things in this game, where they were lofting long balls into the likes of John Heslin. Even in the second half, we've seen that brilliant pass, I think was it by James Dolan, and Rob Henley had to come out and fist it away. There was another brilliant pass at one stage as well, towards the end of the game as well, where Rob Henley had to make another save from one of the Westmeath forwards who came off the bench. So, I think they deserve a lot of credit for how they performed. But in the end, it is a 3-point win for Mayo. And this is, of course, the match reaction here on GA Fan TV. So let's get straight into it. What's the story, lads? Welcome back to GA Fan TV. Mayo have run out 3-point winners over Westmeath at Cusack Park. In the end, a very well-rounded, comprehensive performance from Mayo today, winning by 3 points. It was certainly hard fought, though, and I think it was always going to be hard fought in this game for Mayo. They were going to have to work hard. They were going to have to work with their intensity, with their midfield in particular, with the likes of Matty Ruan, who I thought was fantastic in this game. Paddy Durkin won man of the match on Air Sport, and I actually think Robert Henley should have got man of the match in my opinion. I thought his kickouts were phenomenal. I thought he made 1 or 2 really big saves. That punch, like I said before, when the ball was going in there, how many times have we seen goalkeepers get that wrong? And a lot of spotlight on Robert Henley coming into this Mayo team, with David Clark obviously retiring. You think back to when Robert Henley made those errors, of course, against the Dubs in the All-Ireland final. I know he's played a couple of times since then, and he's had a very good club campaign with his club team Brafey. But I do think in general, certainly for Robert Henley, he had a very, very good game, without doubt. I thought he really, really did. And of course, what you'll see on screen there, the 2 teams that, of course, took to the pitch. So, of course, the Mayo team there did make a couple of late changes. So we've seen Owen McLaughlin come in for Rory Brickenden, and we've seen Conor Loftus come in for Kevin McLaughlin. Westmeath also made a late change as well. David Lynch came in for Kieran Martin. And looking at some of the scores on the day for Mayo, Cillian O'Connor hit 8 points, but 7 of them were from frees. I think 6 of them were in the second half as well, but don't quote me on that one. I do think that Mayo, certainly benefit a lot from those frees in the second half, and it was Westmeath's indiscipline that really cost them. Tommy Conroy hitting a point, of course, as well. Ryan O'Donoghue, fantastic at times in this game as well, but certainly struggled to get into the game. I think Westmeath, again, defensively, done a really, really good job on those 3 forwards. Bodu Saya, fantastic again at cornerback. I've been ringing his praises for a number of seasons now. He's a very well-rounded, phenomenal footballer. And, one of the things that I like the most about Bodu Saya is not just his defensive work, his tackles, his blocks, all the rest, but it was actually at times when he'd get the ball, you'd see him when he'd have the ball, he'd run very, very quickly with the ball, offload the ball into the midfield, and he's one of the perfect players for this Westmeath team in transitioning from that defence to attack and really just getting those midfielders forward for those overlapping runs, which obviously how Luke Loughlin's goal came, of course, in the first half. He ran around Robert Henley very, very well. Really well taken goal by Luke Loughlin. And whilst John Heslin gets all the praise in this Westmeath side, or the majority of the praise, I think Luke Loughlin has really come to the fore this year for Westmeath, in my opinion. I was very impressed with them against Meath last week. Roland O'Toole as well. Very impressive. They're just a very well coached team, this Westmeath side. You know, Jack Cooney, obviously the manager. Some of the smart little intricate passes they play at times, the way they'd move very, very quickly, it's just not fully there for Westmeath. You know, there was a couple of times where the ball would break down, they'd get turned over. It's just not quite there. And whether it's a lack of quality maybe in you know, the kind of half back line at times, I'm not sure, but certainly they are moving in the right direction, and I do think that Westmeath will avoid relegation. I reckon they will beat down and you know, potentially playing Laois maybe in a relegation playoff, which I reckon they will of course win. But yeah, you know, certainly for Mayo, you know, they had to bide their time in that second half. Their midfield had to be patient. Matty Rowan, Fionn McDonough, these kind of guys. Conor Loftus, of course, as well. Westmeath, of course, got that second goal right before the end of the half. Don't think Jeremy O'Connor can have any arguments at all. That is the perfect way the black card rule should be implemented. You know, it's a clear goal scoring opportunity, gets brought down, and it is, of course, a penalty, and that is the way the rule should be used. No arguments whatsoever with that. Really well taken goal by John Heslin, of course, as well. And Westmeath led by a point at half time. And you know what? There was an opportunity there for Westmeath potentially to have won this game. You know, they had that chance on the 46th minute from John Heslin, who of course put it wide. You know, an uncharacteristic miss from him. He missed another free as well. You know, John Heslin certainly, you know, when you look outside of Dublin and Leinster, I think John Heslin's probably in the top 3 forwards in the country. You probably look at some of the Kildare lads maybe coming through at the moment, and potentially even Jordan Morris and Mead. But yeah, I think in the second half, he just going forward, he wasn't quite there. Luke Loughlin hit 1 or 2 frees, or 1 or 2 45s, I think, which were very impressive as well. And there was a chance there for Westmeath, like I said before. They had that chance laid on, of course, as well. I think it was Brandon Kelly, who had that opportunity laid on. I think it was Brandon Kelly who had that opportunity late on, where James Dolan hit it into him and Robert Henley made the save. There was some, I heard in commentary they were saying it was a foul. I didn't quite see it, to be honest with you, but there was a chance there. There really, really was a chance there for Westmeath, and if they had taken one of those goal chances, you never know. There was another opportunity as well where Ray Kennellan was running through and he had a bit more time and he ended up putting it over the bar. Could have potentially worked the score there. So I think for Westmeath, they're a very well coached team, and I think, you know, I can't remember how the Leinster Championship is panned out, but I do think they play Dublin, I think, after they play Laois, which is a massive shame, because I think they're probably one of the most underrated teams in Leinster. You know, but Mayo, fair play to them. You know, they bought their time in midfield. Paddy Durkin, of course, fantastic at getting forward. Defensively, though, that is the question, though. Like, Paddy Durkin obviously going forward, that's what his main kind of attribute. That's what he's best at, whether he's playing at wing back or whether he's playing at centre back. But you are looking at that full back line, and you know, one of the reasons why I thought that Meath will beat Mayo next weekend, you know, I said that in my predictions video. I'm still, you know, not 100% sure whether to change my mind. I actually think Westmeath are better defensively than Meath, so I think Mayo could probably cause a lot more problems with that high press. But you know, you're looking at that full back line, and you know, you've got Oisin Mullen playing there at centre back, who is a fantastic footballer without doubt. You know, very, very talented, but is he you know, an out and out fullback? I'm not too sure if he's a fullback, in my opinion. Ben Doyle went off at half time. You know, again, I think a little bit caught out of position once or twice with those goals, and I think that was a defensive change, of course, that Mayo needed to make and that James Horan needed to make. So their defence isn't quite there just yet, and Westmeath certainly caused 1 or 2 problems, and the worry would be that if you come up against a Donegal, a Tyrone, or one of the top teams, that they will punish you. So it's going to be interesting to see how that pans out, but it is just a league game. They certainly are trying different things out, Mayo, and I think the most important thing in the end was to get the 2 points and get the victory, and of course, all but seal their place now into a promotion playoff. You know, I would presume that Meath will probably beat down when that game takes place, and that would of course leave a situation where Mayo and Meath are battling it out for first position, of course, next weekend, which will be very, very interesting. I look forward to watching that game, actually. So yeah, do leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. This has been the match reaction, of course, where Mayo have ran out 3-point winners, of course. Today we'll be doing a match reaction for Donegal and Monaghan, which will follow, and of course I'll be doing a live stream tomorrow, actually, for Kerry and Dublin, a live watch along stream that'll be starting around 20 1, where I'll be filming my live reactions to the game, giving my thoughts on the game as it takes place. So yeah, very first live stream on GA Fan TV. So do check that out. Of course, that will be coming tomorrow, and who knows, Dublin might lose. So the very first live stream that I do, Dublin could very well be beaten in that game, which would I'm sure make a lot of people watching this video very, very happy indeed. But yeah, do leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Stay tuned for more coming soon. My name is Aaron, and I'll see you later.